Hi, boys and girls. I hope you had a great weekend. This is the final two chapters of our story, Shark Attack. Sorry, I'm going to turn that ringer off. Okay, Shark Attack. So, chapter 7. After lunch, John took us to the shark exhibit. Wow, I said. This is amazing. Come over here, everybody, said John. I want to show you something I bet you've never seen before. What are those? Asked Max. Those are shark eggs. Eggs, said Chloe, but they're not round. They're flat. Eggs are supposed to be round. Well, said John, shark eggs are shaped like a rectangle, and they are flat. Do all sharks hatch from eggs? Asked Jessie. Good question, said John. No, all sharks do not hatch from eggs. Some hatch from eggs like birds. Some are born alive from their mothers like human babies. And some hatch inside their mothers and then come out. That is very interesting, said Mrs. Whooshy. I never knew that. Now look around you, said John. There are tanks with all kinds of sharks. Sharks come in all shapes and sizes. I ran over to one tank and pressed my nose against it. Jessie came and stood next to me. What kind of shark is that? She asked. It's the same as the one on your shirt. It's a hammerhead shark, I said. It's pretty big, said Jessie. It sure is, I said. The hammerhead swam right past me. I have never been this close to one before. This is so awesome. Freddie, come over here, said Robbie. Tell me what kind of shark this is. It's a black tip reef shark. See how it has black on the tips of its fins? Isn't it beautiful? Here he is looking at the hammerhead. If you want to pause it. Chloe interrupted us. It's not beautiful, she said. It's scary. I don't think I want to go swimming anymore. These sharks don't live in the oceans near us, I said. You don't need to worry about seeing one of these guys when you go to our beach. Max was peering into another tank. This shark is funny looking, he said. It looks like it has whiskers. I went over to where he was. That's a nurse shark, I said. They mostly stay on the ocean floor. Wow, said John. You really do know a lot about sharks. I'm impressed. Thanks, I said, smiling. Here's the nurse shark. It does kind of look like it has whiskers, huh? Why don't you give him the quiz? Asked Jessie. I bet Freddie knows all the answers. Some of the questions are kind of hard, said John. Like I said, I still haven't met a student who can answer all the questions correctly. Well, Freddie can do it, said Jessie. Right, everybody? Freddie, Freddie, the whole class started chanting. Why doesn't everybody sit down here on the floor in the middle of the room? You can all watch the sharks swim around while I ask Freddie the questions. Everyone sat down except me. Come on over here, Freddie, said John. Are you ready for question number 1? I nodded and smiled. What is the biggest living shark? Asked John. Anybody know that? This one's easy, I said. The whale shark. They can be as big as 60 feet long. Right, said John. Jessie clapped her hands. Good job, Freddie. Question number 2. What is the fastest shark? The mako shark. Makos can swim up to 20 miles per hour. Right again, said John. I smiled. Question number 3. What are baby sharks called? If anybody did their writing on sharks, maybe you learned this. Pups. This was going to be easier than I had thought. Question number 4. Name one shark that eats plankton. The megamouth. Ooh, said Chloe. That one sounds really scary. It's really very gentle, I said. Question number 5. John said. How many teeth can a shark have at one time? About 3,000, I think. John nodded. Way to go, Freddie, said Jessie. You're halfway done. I took a deep breath. Ready for the rest of the questions? Asked John. I nodded. Question number 6. What is the smallest shark? The dwarf lantern shark? It's only about 6 inches long. That's like this long. And weighs less than 1 pound. Are you really just 6 years old? Asked John. Yep, I said. Jessie giggled. Question number 7. How long have sharks existed? Over 300 million years. They are older than the dinosaurs. Really? Said Max. Cool. Question number 8. What shark has the longest tail? Easy peasy, I said. The thresher shark. I know all about thresher sharks. Did you know that my last name is Thresher? You really are a shark boy, said John, smiling. Only 2 questions left, Freddie, said Jessie. Question number 9. How much can a great white shark weigh? I know this. I just saw a TV show about great whites the other night. It said they can weigh up to 7,000 pounds. Amazing, said John. You're right again. Only 1 question left, said Robbie. If you get it right, you win the prize. Ready? Asked John. Ready, I said. Question number 10. What is the only shark that can live in both fresh water and salt water? So fresh water is like lakes and rivers, and salt water is the ocean. I stammered. Uh-oh, said Jessie. I know this, I said to myself. I reached for my lucky shark's tooth to rub it. Rubbing it always brings me good luck. But when I reached for it, it wasn't there. Oh no, I shouted. Oh no. Here he is, getting panicky. See if you can find the word fin there. You're going to have to pause the video. Mrs. Whooshy ran over. Freddie, are you all right? My lucky shark's tooth, it's gone. I can't finish without my lucky shark's tooth. I've got to find it. Chapter 8 is called Lost. Maybe it fell out in this room, said somebody, and somebody is sitting on it, said Miss Whooshy. Let's have everybody stand up. Mrs. Whooshy is so smart. I was freaking out, and my shark's tooth was probably right there in the room. Would you all please stand up for a minute and look on the floor where you were sitting? The whole class stood up. I held my breath. Everybody looked around on the floor. Does anybody see it? Asked Mrs. Whooshy. No, not me, not me. I've got to find that shark's tooth, I said. It's a special present for my papa and Grammy, and it's a good luck charm. Jessie jumped up and down. I'll help you, Freddie. I will too, said Robbie. Me too, said Max. I blinked. I couldn't believe that Max Sellers was really going to help me with something, but right now I needed all the help I could get. Come on, guys, I said. Let's go. Jessie, Robbie, Max, and I all started running out of the room. Wait, said Mrs. Whooshy. I don't want you running around the aquarium by yourselves. John will take you back to the rooms we were already in and help you look for it. The rest of us will stay here. When you lose something, said John, the best thing to do is to retrace your steps. That's what my dad always says, I said. Sounds like this isn't the first time you've lost something, John said, smiling. I looked at him. I probably lose something about once a week. But the good news is, said Robbie, you always find it. We are going to find your shark's tooth, said Jessie. Oh, I missed a picture right here. Here's John talking to him, in case you want to look for the word fin. We're going to find your shark's tooth, Freddie, said Jessie. Don't worry. We just have to find it, I said. I can't go home without it. John took us to the very first room we had been in, with all the beautiful fish. I wish they could talk, I said. Then they could tell us if they see my tooth. Max pretended to swim over to me. Blub, blub, blubby, blub, he said in my ear. What are you doing, I said. Trying to push him away? I knew it wasn't a good idea to have him come along. You said you wish the fish could talk. I'm a talking fish. Blub, blubby, blub. Jessie giggled. I smiled a little. Made you smile, said Max. Okay, let's all spread out and look for the tooth, I said. We went to different parts of the room, but we didn't find anything. Here's when Max is doing blub, blub, blubby. Okay. I don't think it's in here, said John. Let's move on. We went to look in the room with the moon jellies. Nothing. We didn't find it in the sea turtle room either. We're never going to find it, I said, trying to hold back my tears. I put my head in my hands. I really wanted to cry. But if I did, Max would call me a crybaby. I didn't know which was worse, losing the shark's tooth or having Max call me a crybaby for the rest of my life. Come on, Freddie, Jessie said, grabbing my hand. We still have one area left. I walked slowly into the first touch tank room. Max picked up a sea star. It's not under here, he said, laughing. How could he laugh at a time like this? If it fell in here, I hope one of the critters didn't eat it, said Jessie. Oh, no, I never thought of that, I said. Not to worry, said John. They wouldn't eat it. I wiped my forehead. Phew, I said. We pushed around the little rocks that were on the bottom of the tunch tank. I don't see it, said Robbie. The room seemed kind of quiet. I looked up from the tunch tank. Where's Max? I said. Just then we all heard him yelling from the next room. Come quick, come quick. I hope he's all right, said John. This is why we all need to stick together. We ran into the room with the rays. Max was holding something in his hand, jumping up and down. Guess what I found, he said. What? I asked. Your shark's tooth. You did? I asked. Where? In the ray tank, said Max. You mean in the water? I asked. Yup, Max said, smiling. I wonder how it got there. It must have fallen off your pants when you leaned over to touch the rays, said Jessie. Here you go, Freddie, said Max, handing me the tooth. Thanks, Max, I said. I owe you big time. Yes, you do, Max said, grinning. Yes, you do. I kissed the shark's tooth. I'm so glad you're back, I said to it. John laughed. I think we should get back to the rest of the class. We walked to the shark room. Did you find it, Freddie? Asked Mrs. Whooshy. Actually, Max found it, I said. Really? Said Mrs. Whooshy. I am proud of you, Max, for being such a great helper. Now, can Freddie finish the shark quiz? Asked Jessie. Do you want to, Freddie? Asked John. Yes, I do. Okay, then. You had one question left. Question number 10. What is the only shark that can live in both freshwater and saltwater? I rubbed my shark's tooth for good luck. It's a bull shark. Bull sharks can live in the ocean and freshwater. That's right, said John. The whole class cheered. Hooray for Freddie! Hooray for Freddie! You win the prize. John handed me a shark trophy with the words Shark Expert written across it. That is amazing, said John. You are the first person to answer all 10 questions. How did you know all the answers? With a little brains and, I patted my shark's tooth, a little luck. Here it is, last picture and last page. So if you want to look for it, press pause because now I'm done with the story. Okay, guys, next week, Mrs. McEntee will be posting another Ready Freddy story. Bye-bye. Have a good night.